Well, who's ready for a winter election? I'm not. I'm not. I'm just not ready. Don't, guys. Just it's been a long couple of years. It's been mental. Also, we had to deal with all the Brexit stuff. We had to deal with Theresa May. We had to deal with Jeremy Corbyn and Boris Johnson. And then we did all the lockdowns. Right now, winter elections, whenever it's going to happen, it's just a bit of a weird timing. On the one hand, I know some of you are now thinking, well, this government, they need to renew their mandate. I agree. We need to make sure that we hold them to account, and that's our job. The only time we can do it is election time. But now that they have the power, now that they, getting rid of the Fixed Term Parliament Act, it's up to the Prime Minister to call the election whenever he wants, essentially. They can just not rig the system, but take advantage of the right time, right opportunities. What happens when there's no opposition in the country? Governments become arrogant. And what happens is, accidentally, they might call an election at the wrong time, and they might actually lose that election despite not having a real opposition. And then that weak opposition, Keir Starmer's Labour Party, will accidentally be getting into government. And if you've been angry with Boris's government and cabinet, yeah, just wait for Keir Starmer to see what happens there. This is not really looking good because they've sent out Oliver Dowden, who's the new Tory chairman, to brief the press and very casually respond to the press saying that, well, my boss, the Prime Minister, has tasked me to be on standby for any election at any point. And of course, that's going to freak out the press. It's going to freak out the whole country. You know what you're doing. Be careful with words. Whether you actually have a plan, proper plan for a winter election or not, now the whole of the Westminster circus is going to be in chaos. Now, there is also my main problem with this is that it's about how you treat the British public. Do you treat them like children, like you've done recently, or do you treat them like adults? Do you want to bribe them with empty promises during the elections, or do you actually want to give them their freedom back and their responsibilities? Of course, you need to have strong, public services, especially if you want to win the Red Wall and the Midlands and all those areas. But it's really about respecting the public. Right now, the Labour Party and the lefties in the mirror, they are already losing the battle before it's even started. What happens is, essentially, they've come out to say that Boris is plotting his winter election, and he's chosen winter because they say that, well, the Labour voters, Labour activists won't come out, Labour voters won't be able to come out to vote, and then that he's basically cheating. Even if, to be fair, let's just be honest, both Labour and Tories see it that way. Don't say it out there in public. It's a bad look. You're insulting the intelligence of the British public. You're basically saying that the Red Wall voters, the socialists, or the people who are they're not even socialists, they're just working classes who just don't trust the Tory party, that if you do it in winter or if it's rainy, that they're not going to care enough about the country and the election to come and vote. Yeah, of course there will be some who would lose the opportunity. It happens in every election. Some people just might not make it. They might be in hospital. They might not really have the support to come out. But don't just say that. The fact that the Mirror they think that they're attacking Boris by using this line. You're essentially losing the battle. You're already alienating your voters. It's just bad look because you're not respecting the British voters. This could be our chance, by the way, to scrutinize and renew Boris's mandate if we're happy. It's also a good chance for the other parties and the pressure groups, smaller parties as well, to create a debate. We know that smaller parties like Reform UK or Reclaim or any other party that you have, they're not going to win. They know that and you know that. But it's about them creating the agenda. Shift the narrative so that you don't have Team Blue and Team Red just getting on the stage, ranting about the same stuff. One side says, I love the NHS. The other side says, I love the NHS more than you. But that's not really a debate, is it? The country has gone through chaos over the last 2 years. This is a time for actual plans and pledges, not empty promises, no bribery. Stop giving handouts to people. It's time to give our freedoms back to our people.